Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. It's 12:55 p.m. I'm here. I'm awake. The saga continues. I almost hit the stop recording button there, which would have been, this would have just been thrown away. However, hope you're doing well today. I'm doing fine. I'm not doing too bad. Nothing to complain about, I'd say. Did I upload a video yesterday? Yeah, I did. It's 12:55. I was like, oh man, I don't think I put up the video yet. Yeah, I haven't put the video up yet. Doesn't have to go up for 2 more hours. It's weird because I used to wake up like when I was just starting college and all my classes were online. I would wake up at like 2, and sometimes I would sleep in and just sleep past when I was supposed to set the video to upload, which was a shame. But no longer because I wake up at like 11. It's not a problem anymore. Anyway. Anything interesting with you? No, nothing with me. Absolutely nothing. It's been a boring month, pretty much, but I don't know. I got some exciting stuff I'm working on. I mean, exciting. I got some stuff that I'm working on for content. It's not really anything that you will see, probably. It'll be YouTube shorts, mostly, alongside the normal stuff. I started Into the Breach again, and I'm going to work on doing some YouTube shorts, and, see what happens. I feel like it's the correct way forward to expand the horizons, but also it's a lot of work. It's not a lot of work, but it's an amount of work that I didn't expect, and it's something new, so it's hard to get past, I find. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's go. XL, Hellhorned, Wurmkin, Fighting Seal, Rage, Diligent, Fortify, Echo Snare, Impish Scholar. Sure. I don't feel either way. Drop Cage is really good. Like, really, really good. I love Precious Plating, but the thing is, Precious Plating is always, like, absolutely fine, but Drop Cage, when it's good, it's excellent. So, it's kind of a toss-up. I think I want to play Imperialist today. Let's play Imperialist. We can play Imperialist and I don't know, like Horned Warrior maybe? We'll see. But what? The money? Yeah, sure, we're strong. I think it's good to take this money early, assuming we get no unit draft. What a shame. It's good to take the money anyway. But, I feel like I'm to the point now where I'm about to tell you, here's my idea for the run. There's no reason for me to tell you an idea for the run. It's way too early to have an idea for the run. Way too early. So, I have no ideas. I have no plans. Brainstorm goes top floor, because I want to ping one of these. And I guess Queen's playing down here is fine. Doesn't make a big difference. It's gonna be probably... I played mid floor here, I guess I should say, because I wanted to let the Reap kill the enemies for me. As much as I could, anyway. Because Queen's not great at killing bosses. She's gonna do her best. But she's not exceptional at it. So I want to give her a little more HP where possible. And by not exceptional, I mean she's going to do 30 to this guy. I can win it with Fracture, can't I? I think so. Sure. He heals 7. But we got 2 lifesteal off of him, which is important. And the Queen Simpling is definitely better behind because it's 20 damage AoE. And we'll hopefully not take a million here. With a little Reap and a little... yeah, so we're at... let's see, we're at 4. We gotta get him below 80. It's definitely just Fracture to take him to 80 and then play a Curse out. And we're gonna take 4 hits. It's to be expected. Imperialist is a pretty weak opener. It's nothing too out of the ordinary to take that damage. I'd love to play Ritual Battle here, but I feel like Welder Helper. I think he has to be the play, right? As much as Ritual is good, I feel like without Welder Helper, this Queen is just unplayable. I'm going to skip this. It's like, a part of me just wants to click Echo Snare because it's purple. You know what? It's good. It's good now. It might not be good later, but it's good now. And it's a consume card for Seraph. Yeah, it's fine. Now we have the money to buy any upgrade we want. Alpha Fiend. Unfortunately, this is a horrible position for Alpha Fiend because he is too big. I need room to play imps behind the queen. He's too large. Yeah. However, I can play him on his own floor for the time being. I could buy a large stone, however, I don't think I need to. I'm gonna reroll. Okay, no multi-strike, but we get exactly what I was hoping for here, which is endless for Welder Helper. I wonder if, you know what would have been better here, I bet? This was wrong. I think I should have played Endless Impish Scholar, and then I could have given it a plus 25 and let it tank. And then you can infuse it with Welder Helper. Perhaps. No battering rams. Too bad. Okay, well, we should be better off in Relentless now. I really do want this unit draft, but it's very scary. But I think I'm just going to go for it. A similar sort of idea to my philosophy these days in Into the Breach, which is, if I die, we just start a new run. This is 15 damage. I guess it's, well, I don't have pings, right? I do, I have fracture. Okay, I guess it's fine like this then. If I don't draw Welder Helper here, the queen's going to die almost certainly. I could keep her alive with Queen's Implings. I don't know. I think it's best to just let her die. Yeah, I think it's best to just let her die. And then we'll use the Welder Helper on the Alpha Fiend. The draw was good, and it pans out well. I'm gonna go snare this guy because I'm a little worried about getting clapped here. But Alpha Fiend should crush High Priest for us. There we go. I figured it out. I got the turn under control. I got it. No, I got it. Don't you worry. I know what I'm doing here. And we end up walking out of this okay. The draw... Actually, no. I always like to talk about this and I go, oh, well, if the draw was a little different. No, I think the way that I played this was fine. I think that you make the risk because if you draw a Welder Helper later, that sucks, but on average, that's not going to happen. And it wouldn't have even been bad. I had like 2 more turns to draw him before it was a problem. So, no, I think I played this right. I always try to find reasons that it was just luck, but no, I think that was the correct choice to take the trial. I think that it's good. I'm gonna go ahead and passage because we have drop cage. I'm gonna go echo transfer, get these echo snares away from me. I don't really like this choice. The goofy choice here is Kinhost Carapace, and then we infuse it onto Welder Helper. I mean, when you think about it, is it really that bad? I actually think that might be good. Hold on. Or not good, but like playable. Hang on, bear with me here. I gotta like dig deep on this one. The problem is that you don't draw Welder Helper on turn 1. Yeah, that's the problem. If you draw Welder Helper on turn 1, I think I could actually play this. Because, so, the Kinhost Carapace effect is summon +10/+10. So, it's permanent. When you summon an imp, they get +10/+10. So, what we would do is we would play like 3 Welder Helpers with this effect, and they would... Oh, they would just get tossed. Never mind. They would just get tossed. I was thinking they would swing and then Queen would toss them. No, they get tossed at the end of Queen's turn. Or before she casts, maybe. I don't know. Okay, I don't think this is the play. It was a fun thought, though. I don't think we hashed the eggs very well. So I'm just gonna skip, I guess. I think maybe you could take Kinhost Carapace there, but I don't know. Mark of an Exile is good. It's good for Queen. She's important. Steelworker is okay, I guess. He's like fine. Not excited about it, but he's fine. Oh, Minor Refraction. Okay, we're playing Alpha Fiend. Probably. Yeah, he's fine. He'll be alright. Minor Refraction the Fiend. Hunt down a multi-strike. Maybe give him Steelworker? I don't know. We'll see. But realistically, I'm just gonna do like a duplicate self-infuse on Welder Helper. But if that was really my plan, I should have gone right, I suppose. And you wouldn't be wrong to say that. Yeah, we play the queen simply. I like to play bottom floor here just because I can. And it lets me, when you play bottom floor, it lets you leave space above you for things like Steelworker to clean up enemies. Which is helpful to have like another floor, in the early game anyway. Later on this doesn't matter, but 15 damage now is actually somewhat meaningful, I would say. I didn't even talk about how I'm Alpha Fiend's strongest soldier, by the way. It's like, it's barely even crossed my mind that I'm out here fighting the good fight for our boy in the war. But I'm fighting for him. He's gonna be good here, I think. At this point though, I feel like I don't have to be a soldier in this war because everyone kind of knows Alpha Fiend's great. Where's my imp, by the way? There he is. Just a little bit late. But you know what they say, better late than not at all. Suppose I reap the boss for 4, because that's like 20 damage. And we hope I don't die here, but it's actually looking pretty horrible. Honestly. 423, I have to take this 6, which is a shame. I don't have time to divert resources because I'm getting slaughtered by the boss because my imp was so late. The downside of playing bottom floor, of course. But with a few fractures, we'll be okay because it's a good card. 56, and then I just play... Oh, wow. No problem. Nothing to be worried about. Ah, Transcendent. Alright, now the round's over. Cool. This is the fun part about playing XL Hellhorned, is that there's a chance that you hit a Transcendent and then the game ends. That's what's always a good time about it. Now, I'm gonna go with... energy here because of Transcended. We're just gonna go right. I'm looking for Endless again. Multi-strike for Alpha Fiend? Sure. It doesn't hurt. And then we reroll. Quick. Nothing too good. I cracked the Horde. We're at 10 pack shards. The consume effect is cool, but I don't really feel like I need it here. I'm gonna go Jack Strips. It's strong. And we're going Imperialist too. And we are moving on. There's a chance that I don't see Endless in this run, I suppose, again. And if that's the case, then things could be a little annoying. But other than that, I think this is done. Now, we are much more incentivized to play a higher floor moving forward here. I guess I don't really need space. Maybe we take draw. Moving forward, we're playing a higher floor, though, because we want the Jack Strips to work for me. The real killer here is that I don't draw an imp every turn. That's what's the big problem I have with this run. I need another imp. Or maybe I just need imp, right? I think I just need to take draw, really. Because once I draw the Endless imp, it's fine, but there's no guarantee. So I guess I could also do it by making removals happen. That's another way to make this better. One of those options is probably what I'm looking for. Oh, this is kind of awkward, actually. I didn't realize. If you play... The Jack Strips lets them run up and then they die, but the Reap actually makes them... If I Reap the haste, it is not as good for me. I mean, it's still fine, but... They go up an extra floor and it could lead to wave stacking. So we don't want to Reap the Clip Conduit here, basically. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, look at this extra energy. This is a run where I'm taking Volatile Gauge if I see it, by the way. 100% I'm taking Volatile Gauge. I hope they show it to me. Because then I can pick it and then go, see? Volatile Gauge. It's good here. Important Work is solid. Tiresome Climb's also really good, but extra plays on him. He's good. Return Soul? Sure. These aren't cards that really bog down the deck, I don't think. I'm looking for Endless. It's all I'm looking for here. I'm hunting, I'm looking for it. I'll find it, I swear. Archstone. Quick. Terrible. Give me the money. I need to make removals, I guess, because I didn't get stronger for 2 straight shops. I'm not worried about Crystal Cloak here. I have Steelworker. I have all these imps. I have a lot of armor. We're strong and relentless, so I'm not worried about this. But yeah, you know, it could happen. Spell Shield doesn't bother me, so I'm going kind of fast. Spell Shield, these are instant choices for me. Spell Shield doesn't bother me because I have no spells. So I'm just ignoring Spell Shield here. The thing I have to figure out is what I'm doing with this Steelworker. Also, I wasted Wreath there. What am I doing with the Steelworker? Actually, I'm gonna dodge Ember Drain. I think it's worthwhile. It's a good question. What am I doing with this Steelworker? Am I gonna infuse it on the Alpha Fiend? Maybe. It's okay to do. Just half your overall threat and damage on the Divinity. It's not bad. I don't think it's a bad choice, but it's not like... I'm not excited about it either, I guess. I return Fracture for this kill. It's fine. The Reap is carrying me through this mid-game, absolutely. But Sweep is annoying. Because it stops the AoE from happening from my Queen. So I just take, oh man, a lot of damage because of Rage I didn't think about. You're right, that's a mistake. I mean, I should still play the Imps, I think. Maybe not. I should play the Welder Helper, I bet. I just, like, it's one of those mechanics I completely disregard. The Slay. I just don't give a shit, usually. But I was supposed to there. Let me return the important work for another play. Oh, baby. Let me get the 2 days from Drop Cage and we're fine. Yeah. So Alpha Fiend, he's gonna be... I just have a lot that I need to do here, it feels like. But it also all goes away when I see Endless. I don't know. It's an annoying run. No Rage in this run, so no Last Stand. I'll take another important work. It's like, important work is good 3/4 of the time, and it's bad the other 3/4, or the other quarter of a time. And that's not necessarily the correct way to look at it, but that's how I look at it in a simple term. Because what it is that the... I'm gonna cut out... I know I'm complaining about my imp numbers, but I'm still gonna cut out imps. Like, Fracture's too good. Oh, I should cut Fortify. This card's pretty bad. The thing about it is... important work is good as long as I've drawn Welder Helper already. So it's good the second time through the deck guaranteed, and it's good like half the time first time through the deck. Alright, Large Stone. Endless. There we go. We get there. Very cool. I do think that this is the correct way to play this run. You just force it until you see Endless. Because now we go Queen's Impling into Transcendent and the run is pretty much done. I built for this. This combo, by the way, if you're unsure, if you haven't seen it before, you're wondering about the essences, this is summon, deal 40 damage to the front unit. So every time you play Transcendent, it adds a summon to the pile because it's repeat all summons. So you add a summon effect to the unit that repeats all summons. So it plays the summon, then repeats it, and it just scales up. You start annihilating enemies very quickly. I'm a little nervous because we're low on health, but I think it should be fine. I didn't look ahead earlier on the pack shards because we've seen, it's like 3 now? 3 non-temples, which means there has to be a temple coming up. Doesn't mean that, but it's reasonable to assume. Now, in this combat... I don't know. I mean, the upside of this is I have this big Transcendent who's going to nuke everything, and then I have Shardtail Queen who will guaranteed kill the Transcendent, because a lot of times the problem is the Transcendent kills everything and then doesn't die. Scary. Need to kill this. Don't let that go through. Also, leaving the Alabaster Guardian alive, it was a bit of a risk that I take damage. I'd take a little bit on Queen there, but it's worth the risk because it gives Alpha Fiend some scaling. Not scary. Oh, I can consume cards for the Transcendent. Oh, yeah. I can just consume that and then bring it back with Transcendent. I don't know how good that is, because we have Impish Scholar is the piece you may be missing there. Echo Snare. I'm not gonna consider it, I'm just gonna let it go. Now, if I bottom deck Transcendent every run, or every combat, and Welder Helper like this, it's very unfortunate. Bottom 5 cards, this is why I need card draw, right? At the end of the day, you may not like it, but when Transcendent is the bottom card in my deck, the run is a lot worse off. So, love it or hate it, I think I am taking draw here. And if you ever wonder why, this is a great example of why. I have 2 important cards in this deck and they're at the bottom. That's not good for me. Play your Welder Helpers first. You can already see it's, yeah, 40, 10, 10, 40, 40. He just obliterates. You're done. And now also he's going to scale armor into Relentless for me as well. So this is the big thing about all of this is that it's much better when you have Shardtail Queen because you have this guaranteed kill on your Transcendent. Because, like, he wouldn't die here normally. Naturally he would live because he has, you know, killed everything. There are no survivors. Now, if I play, here's a fun one. We play Welder Helper, and we play Transcendent. And we kill Transcendent, and we play Transcendent again. And we watch Fel try to cut through the 200. I thought for a second I took damage for that. We watched Fel try to kill the 220 health imps that are just stinging her. Yeah, eat it, loser. Completely meaningless. Absolutely no reason to do that, but I like it. Playing the Transcendent isn't meaningless because it lets me get the pre-relentless. I mean, that's also meaningless in the grand scheme of things because my goal is to win and not to kill bosses and min-max score, but also it's fun to pre-relentless Fel. I'm taking draw. There's no space for space. We already got space because we got the Alpha Fiend upgrade. And I'm gonna go look for... I don't need magic shop upgrades at all. I'm gonna go look for, you know, double summons. Or Forever Flame would be good. I don't care about Cheater's Hand here. This is a run that doesn't need Cheater's Hand. Cheater's Hand is always good. Like, it's a great pickup here, but I just don't want to play it. I really just don't want it. Like Railhammer, it's good. Cheater's Hand adds so much time to me clicking on cards that I just don't bother often. Heaven's Scold is fine. Similarly, I don't really care for more money here. I don't need it. What I do need is to take some packed shards. So let's put Steelworker onto Alpha Fiend, neutralizing the Divinity's attack. Oh, I thought this was Spell Chain. Ooh, it's fine. I guarantee my run here by going to the Hell Vent. Because if there's a plus 30 in the next temple, I mean, I could also do a self-infuse, I guess, if I want to go the other way. Yeah, it doesn't make a big difference, does it? I don't think so. Alright, let's carry on. Armor 20. This is like, the thing that kills me now is overconfidence, taking things like this, because ultimately, I don't need this money. There's no reason to take this money, and if I bottom deck my imp, I could find myself in trouble. However, I want money. Therefore, here I am, making a bad choice because I like money. Because the problem here is, of course, it also requires a little bit of negligence on my part to lose this run, I feel. I have to let, like, this Light Wings kill me, pretty much. Which I'm not going to do, I don't think. I guess it's like, because I have installation with Heaven's Gold, but as you can see very plainly here, I am not hitting my unit, my Transcendent. He's being late. So here's the play. I'm gonna go Hidden Passage. He's gonna hit me for 12. I'm just gonna bring it back and Hidden Passage again. It stops all the damage, and then Transcendent will be here on the next turn. He has no choice. If it's the actual bottom card again, I'm gonna lose my mind. That is unbelievable. This is 2 straight combats. Transcendent is the absolute bottom of my deck. Absolutely ridiculous. Monster Train. Cut it out. Thankfully I have a draw card here, but still. That's disrespectful. Just call it what it is. That's disrespectful, Monster Train. Don't forget that the Queen is actually very formidable here as well. She does 40 per imp death at this point, which is a lot. That's a lot of damage. You're dead if I just play Transcendent. Yeah, I was gonna say I could ascend here, but why? I didn't play the Welder Helper there, you're probably wondering why. The answer to that one's pretty easy. It's because I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to calculate if I had enough energy or not, so I just didn't play it. And I did, but better not to find out, you know? At this point, I'm min-maxing my own survival more than anything else. I'm thinking about how I could make like a mathematical error that makes me go into a bad position, and I'm min-maxing not doing that. This guy's alive at 2. Don't hit me. Die to Jack's troops. Alright. And now, I don't really care. Yeah, at the end of the day, you go min-max, but I have 758 armor. And an Alpha Fiend behind that. I have the scaling Relentless plan. I have everything dies to Transcendent. It's really a match made in heaven. 315 damage taken, what do I care? Love his hit animation there. My man does not have a good one. Alpha Fiend will get there, of course. No doubt about him. He is the Relentless plan for some of these, for the non-floating bosses. For the floating bosses, you know. It could have taken more important works, but there's a critical mass where they stop being useful. And to be honest with you, I'm a little bit suspicious of Monster Train with 2 bottom decks of Transcendent in a row. And to be fair, statistically speaking, I should not see another bottom deck of Transcendent. However, also statistically speaking, it's just as likely as the last 2 because that's how statistics work. So I'm not counting any chickens, if you know what I'm saying. You got any double summons for me? Unbroken Horn is okay. I have no X costs. I only ever really skip it if I have X costs. Okay, I'm good here. What's in the temple? Spell Chain is all I would think about. Yeah, no, I just take another Transcendent. Now it's impossible for my Transcendent. Oh my god, I almost duplicated the wrong card. It's like, I start talking and I see the color that I'm looking for and I just click it. That's not Transcendent. That's a different blue imp. That's a Dead Impish Scholar. This is Transcendent. Although, I think I would be forgiven for that mistake. It's not that crazy of a mistake to make. I think many people have said, I've heard Hearthstone pros talk about this too, where they say, I'm going to 24 here specifically because I want to draw the deck in 4 cards, or 4 draws. That's not what the Hearthstone pros say. But like, I've watched this series called Do You Know Hearthstone on YouTube. It's a very good series where, even though I haven't played Hearthstone in a very long time, this guy who does play Hearthstone, he brings on former and current Hearthstone pros, people in the community, and he shows them a card and he asks them if he has changed anything, if there's anything wrong with it. And the concept of the show is very enjoyable, but a lot of the people on that show will say things to the effect of, yeah, I know what this card does, I can tell you what it does, but I have no idea what it's called because I just see the colors when I look at the cards, and I go, yeah, that does seem correct, doesn't it? I can tell you exactly what this card does, but I don't actually look at anything other than the color of the card. Anyway, that's what happened to me there. I just saw the color. Oh, also gross. This is a horrible draw. No surprise. Absolutely no shock here. Again, I find myself in this position. This is like, sometimes I'll play bottom floor and on a combat like this and I'll go, well, I took a lot of damage, I wonder if that was the wrong choice. And then I replay the combat and I play top floor and I go, well, I took a risk playing bottom floor, but at the same time, I got no draws on the top floor because there were a million curses in my deck. I missed my Welder Helper though, which is actually really concerning, because now I don't know if I win Relentless. Oh, I have Scorched Steel. I have Scorched Steel, yeah. I greeted to not take the damage. Absolutely, it was definitely a greedy choice. My Transcendent is also scaling kind of slow here. I think I need to start sacking my HP like so. Yeah. Where's my welder helper? This shit is like, it's actually horrific. How much damage? Oh, we are not doing very well here. I might have to replay this and play bottom floor. Gross. I just don't feel like I have the energy. Play my cards. Play Impish Scholar. Important Wurmkin. Great draw. Excellent draw. I love to see it. Go transfer goes here. And then what? I feel like I need to play. I don't know how the hell I'm getting out of this, honestly. It's just kind of late, it feels like, for me to escape this. You're dead, so I ignore this enemy. I don't care about this. I can hit here, or I can hit here. I think getting the enemies off of Seraph's floor is important. Great, like, what a great return. Stopping the curse here is big. Okay, and now I need to go... I need Welder Helper, Important Work. Let's play... Hang on. Hold, bear with me here. I'm at 3 energy right now. I can play this whole hand. This is not a question. Okay, I want to consume Hidden Passage. So that I can Important Work here. This gives me energy back, but then I use it on Welder Helper. And then I Queen's Impling. Oh, the dogs are about to go nuts. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, they're done. The last step of this turn is to go return soul on... Go transfer, I believe. I think we put up enough armor to be fine now. I know it might not look good, but I think it is fine. Because I can go now... We do... Welder Helper goes to 3. Transcendent goes to 1. Important Work goes to 2. Transcendent goes to 0 if I need it. Okay. So Welder Helper first. Transcendent it up. I do need Transcendent. What I should do here is I should consume Important Work and hope I get it back again. Although it wouldn't... No, it would give me another in play. It would give me another Welder Helper. Which I think is best played in front to take 2 hits. There you go. A little bit tight. It was a little bit tight. It was just a touch close, I would say. Just a little bit. But, hey, no problem. I think it was lucky that I got that. Oh yeah, it was like a 2 in like, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was like a 2 in 8. It was like a 25% that I pulled that. Yeah, I mean, in hindsight now, I would definitely just play bottom floor there to stop the curses, because the curses slowed me down like crazy. But also I could have just taken curse damage to scale up my Welder Helper faster. Also fine. But I greeted and I lived. That's the moral of this story. And we're neutral on the Divinity. If I bottom out on my imps again, alright, we're good. I was gonna say, I'm gonna raise a fucking fit if I bottom deck my implings again. I'm gonna go absolutely nuts. Okay, we're gonna go Queen's Impling and Impish Scholar first. Another Echo Transfer doesn't hurt. And I'm gonna put this bottom floor. This middle floor is already basically dead. Because I can throw imps at it whenever to kill it off. So yeah, like 1 or 2 Welder Helpers is enough here, I imagine. Oh yeah, I have to daze the Divinity here, I forgot. I don't actually toss the imps, that's what the Hidden Passage is for. And I've been Echo Snaring up this wave so that it's very weak here. I think it should be fine. The daze is probably going to clutch a little bit, but now that we have 2 Queen's Implings, or 2 Transcendents, I mean, it should be no problem anymore. Because now it starts to scale at a ridiculous rate, the waves get obliterated, everything's over. I actually can't even afford to play Important Work here, though. I think that it's fine. I think I just play them. Okay, let me pull back Hidden Passage. This is a card I'm happy to pull back every turn. Yeah, and now from here, we're going to shift our game plan slightly. Kind of interesting to see that important work just falls off here for me. The game plan shifts so that I'm just going to not play anything other than Transcendent, Hidden Passage. I'm filtering out the consume pile until everything other than Hidden Passage is out. Yeah, nothing survives at this point, though. The Transcendents have scaled to the point where they are obliterating the waves. This should be the one where you go, oh yeah. As we kill two 290s with Transcendent. We've almost wiped out the consume pile as well. Alright, it's been fun. The Seraph was a little bit touch and go. It was a little bit tight there, but we pulled it out. We got there. A little more exciting, you know? You add a little spice to your run. The drop cage didn't get to do a lot for me in this run, but I would still pick it. I think it's one of those you can't really know situations. I couldn't know it wasn't going to really pan out to be useful here. All that daze, all of that block. It's the sort of thing where it's like, oh yeah, well of course this run is easy. You just hit Transcendent. But when you don't hit Transcendent, you have to have other plans in place. You have to have other ideas. I had other ideas. It was Alpha Fiend. It was like 2 Alpha Fiends and some imp tossing. Realistically, if I don't hit Transcendent here, this run it's 2 Welder Helpers, self-infused, and those get played in front. They give 20 armor to the floor every turn, and they block all the hits for you. And then you play 2 Alpha Fiends behind, because they're one size. And Queen will toss those 2 Welder Helpers for 80 damage to the floor. The Alpha Fiends clean up the rest, and the armor wins you Relentless. That's how I would have played that if I didn't see Transcendent. So I had other plans on the line. It wasn't just hit Transcendent or bust. But I'm not gonna turn down a free win, you know? Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.